Hi everyone, Lynn here. Just thought I'd pop on and show you little bits and pieces I've sewed in the last couple of days to try and get back into my sewing. I am not a good sewer. I don't claim to be a good sewer, but I get there. I'm not exactly tied to sewer, but I've actually just taught myself. Years ago at school, you remember if you're my age, we used to go home economics at school. I'll tell you Blair the story first before I show you the bits and pieces. You know, I'm like Blair, a wee bit like a Blair video. And I was never any good at home economics. And my mum is a lovely seamstress. My mum is, I told you before, she did all these pictures. She's a good knitter, she was a good baker, really good with her hands, and she was a beautiful, she used to make our clothes. I mean, a very neat and tidy perfectionist sewer, no me. And I'd come home with these projects. I always remember it's a rag doll and oven glove. And my mum worked 4 on, 4 off night duty as a night sister in the hospital and a night duty manager. So she came in and she was like, you can't go to school with that. So she'd put it all together, took it into school. The new teacher knew damn fine it wasn't me, it made it. She was like, that's no you. Oh yes, no. She knew, no way. My mother tied it up and it was perfect. No way. It was me. My mother could go in the sewing bee when she was younger. She was that good. But anyway, so I'm not claiming to be a real good sewer. Definitely not, but I get there. And it was actually watching the sewing bee a way back. I started watching, I think, the second episode of the first series, and I'm actually watching it all again on the iPlayer from series 1. I think I'm up to series 7, I think I'm watching at the moment. No, series 6 I'm watching just now. And I'll be watching it to get back into it. I think my favourite series was series 2, and that's when I decided, oh, I could do this. And I got myself a sewing machine. I got a brother's sewing machine, and then I broke that. I fell off the table and broke it, and again I got a model up. So it's a brother machine that I've got, and it's not one of the ones with all the embroidery. My mum's got a fantastic sewing machine, but it just looks totally complicated for me. And I've also got an old machine my mum bought me years and years ago when I first got into it. It was a second hand, it was a Singer, an old fashioned one for the, must be 60s, 70s, and it's a lovely sound to it. It's a metal and it's a lovely sound to it. The stitch is great, but the problem is you pull the hand out to put the bobbin, to do your wind your bobbin up, and it's not working. But I was out with Sarah yesterday in the pram, and I was talking to my neighbour, and she's talking about sewing, and she's really good with her hands. And I said maybe you could show me a wee bit, things. I'm making tops, and it's always a wee bit kind of too big at the neck for me. Maybe she could show me how to take necks and things in. And she was, oh, we're going to have a wee class, and we could catch up with that noon again. So we're looking forward to that. And we were talking, she said, I'll tell you about the sewing machine, so she's going to take the sewing machine over and see if her husband can maybe, make something simple as putting WD-40 or something on it to get it to work. I love the lovely machine. And also, my gran had, the Singer black machines, the old ones. It was the 4071 or something. It was a black one. And the traditional one, it was a Chedo, and it was on their own table and everything, one of them. And my grandpa turned it into electric for her. So when she died, my mum at that time had sort of stopped doing her sewing and stuff when she got a bit older, and I didn't sew. So we knew where to put it, so she gave it to my sister-in-law. So I automatically thought my sister-in-law still had it, right? And she never used it. I mean, she couldn't sew or anything like that. It was just basically an ornament. And I thought years ago when I got into this, and I said, Mum, maybe I should ask my sister-in-law back for the something. Oh, don't bother, she says she sold it, good idea. She'd no right to do that because that was a family heirloom, do you know what I mean? I wasn't happy. She heard me, I wasn't happy at all. I'd have loved that machine as I used it. It was all working order. It was all working order. It was pristine, that machine. And she got rid of it. No, I wasn't happy. But anyway, my face tells it all, do you know what I mean? So as a basics, got my sewing machine, rattle wee bits and pieces that I say. I'm not the greatest sewer. I don't claim to be. I'm not the tightest sewer, and I go by, I try to cut some, years ago I could kneel on the floor to be able to cut patterns out. No, I can't get down my knees anymore, so you can bend over there cutting, or try to cut it on a table, and usually it's ski width, which is basically ski width, it just basically never straight, and I've got to try and straighten it up with a ruler, or there's always some mistake, there's just always something that's wonky, a wonky sewer, that's what it is. But usually at the end, I mean, it's homemade, so there's a wee bit maybe just not quite aligned. It's homemade, but we'll just show you what I've got. So basically, to get back into it, I thought I'll make a wee bag for my brushes. This was just a scrap. I've got lovely material. I've got an ottoman full of nice stretch material for tops. I've got poly cotton to make things and bags and stuff. And obviously I love the oilcloth. Really love this, and the ripstock is great, waterproof. And I'll make peg bags, but I put zips and things in them so the pegs don't fall out. And I sold quite a few of them in a carapace seal ones. I need to get back into that. So I went to get this, but just a wee square material I had, because I remember how to put a zip in. So I'm back on YouTube, that's where I learned. I went on YouTube to learn how to put a zip in. Because I remember there's a lovely haberdashery shop in Shows, but sadly it's closed down now. And I went in there to get advice and so like, get a pattern of a top. You don't need to put sleeves or anything in and start with that. I was, oh, I can't do that. She goes, you need to start with that and start with bags and stuff. And she was right. I did that top it's turned out actually really, really good. Actually, that was very, very good. I did imperfect on that top because it was just, I didn't have to put sleeves or anything in. So then I decided I'm going to let it put a zip in. So I watched this years ago. It was about 8 years ago anyway. And it was somebody putting a zip in a wee purse. And as soon as I put the video back on, I remembered what to do. And I made this. Hence you can see it is the bird pattern again. And I thought, right, use the material up. It was that length. It was already also cut out. Don't know what it must have been making. I've not actually sewed for about 2 years. The last time I think I looked at was 2020. So it was 2 years. You think through lockdown that I'd get back to my sewing, but no I didn't. I think I sewed once through lockdown. I never get back to it. And that, I just made that to put my brushes in that I'm using every day. And I say, it's watching the sewing bee again, it got me back into this. And I've been still enjoying watching it on the iPlayer. So that was just to keep my brushes in. And then I thought, right, go through this material. And I found, I bought little, you can still get this in eBay. A lot of the materials that I've got you can't get anymore. And there's a lot I'd love to be able to get because the designs I really like. But that was a little sausage dogs. But it was very, very fine cotton, and so I lined this because it was needed some a wee bit of lining in it because it was just a sort of saw right through it kind of thing. It was quite a thin cotton, and sometimes when I do my bags I put a wee bit of interfacing in it to sort of stiffen it a wee bit, but I didn't do that this time. I don't get much of that left. I need to get more of that, so I just lined it, and that wee bag actually holds quite a lot of my makeup, but I liked it, the wee dogs on it, so I think I've got about half a metre of that left to go. So I was trying to use up some scraps of material and lying about to practice on to get back into it, and I practiced on this. I've actually got a wee bit of, my finger was bleeding, a wee bit of blood on that to get out, but nobody else was using it anyway. Again, I practiced that to put my zip in. I didn't line that or anything like that, that's just a wee sort of cloth bag I'll find used for something, no, but I used that just to get back. That was one of the first, that's the first thing I sewed to get back into it. And again, you can see it's a little bird material, and you can't get it anymore. I've tried everywhere online to get that. I can't get that. If anybody knows where to get that material, you let me know. You got it off at eBay. I got all materials mostly off at eBay. Found a good few sales on eBay, reasonable price, like $4.99 a metre, things like that, $2.99 a metre, things like that. Because I am, as I say, I am not a perfect sewer. I would hate to buy expensive fabric and ruin it. Do you know what I mean? So I buy a really good fabric at a really good price, but not OTT. And this is my favourite fabric. I can't get this anywhere. If anybody knows I can get this fabric, please let me know. It's a ripstock material, and it's obviously patterned with the birds, and this is great. If you watch what's in my bag, you'll see I've got a lot of wee pouches and things made of this material, and I've only got about half a metre left, and I don't want to use it because I just can't get it. I've searched on the internet, I've searched Google, and I just can't get it. I think at the time it was about £8 a metre. Obviously that's years ago. I had to pay even double that to get it, and it was... It's just a lovely, lovely part. I love it. Just love it. The wee funky birds. I think that's what it was called, funky birds actually. And it's just, that's just me. I love that material. I really do like it. But I've only got about half a metre left. I'd love to be able to buy it on eBay, searched everywhere, and I just can't get it. If anybody knows you get ripstock material of that pattern, you let me know, please. Love to get more of that. And that was just a wee bit of, that was just a bit of, 2 bits of little material lying about, offcuts. I thought I'd just make a wee bag. And again, you'll see the same pattern for the birds, but pink, little pink. That was off Oh So Crafty on eBay. I got that years ago. That I got pink, blue, and the white, the cream, on the same birds. I like that, but you can't. I think that was called Little Bird. I think you just can't get that anymore. Hence, you'll see my it's all sort of birds and animals prints. I've actually ordered fox fabric to make cushions for my mum. She loves foxes. That was a little square of off-cut fabric. I thought, I'm not going to put it out, so I just cut it up, just sort of evened it up and just put a wee zip in to make the little pouch for the hankies. I made it slightly wider because that's a very small pack, and sometimes it can be sort of wider ones, so I made the pouch a wee bit wider. I didn't line that or anything like that, I just rattled it up. It's just a wee bit of odd fabric. Found a wee zip. Again, I buy my zips in bulk, like mixed zips. I think I got like 100 zip for something like $12.99 years ago, and I've lasted like all different sizes, and I've looking for zips lately and to get them different, basically Amazon's actually 75 zips for $12.99. can't go wrong. So I think the size I need mostly is 8-inch and 10-inch zips I need to buy, but that's basically that. The rest I've got all different sizes. So that was a wee zip, just popped that in, just a wee pouch. This is me just getting back into it. I just wanted to try and get myself back into sewing. This was a really scrabby little end of fabric, and you see it's not exactly very, a bit wonky sewer. That just needs a wee bit ironed out. I need to turn it inside out and iron it. But the way the pattern was, there wasn't a full bird on it. Basically, what was left of the fabric, I thought, I really want to throw it out. I do have some of that fabric left. I want to keep it to try and make a bag. So I've got the wee sort of bird's head there, and that is the Kath Kidson fabric. This is my favourite fabric, one of my favourite ones. And this, you can still get this on Dunham Mill or eBay's got that for $10.99 a metre. So I'm going to get another metre, and I just, again, that was just scraps. It was lying about a wee bit, and I just thought, put it together, and just a wee makeup bag, might pop in my bag or something. Like that. I'll give it to Emma's wee sister. And I say, no, exactly great sewer, but I get there. But this, again, my favourite fabric, was a square line about, and I thought, I'm sure I could fold it up, get a zip in it, and it would fit the baby wipes, and it has. So I've actually ordered myself just pink ripstop fabric to make a bag to put the nappies in for the bag. So I just line about Emma's baby bag, and one for myself, and obviously another baby white one. So that is easy to make. You just put the zip in, and that keeps the baby wipes just a wee bit nicer than having a pack of baby wipes in the bag. Do you know what I mean? That was basically after put a zip back in. I got that rattled up like that, and then I thought of this. I've never got into this. It's at Paper Gang, the stationery subscription box. I think I got it once because you got a free box, and I was really enamoured with it. Right, I know you get some really nice boxes, but the ones I got weren't great. And I got this jotter, and I thought I'm just going to bin it. And I thought, oh, I could cover that. This idea in my head the other night. I thought, oh, I could cover that. So that's what I did. So again, I got my favourite bird fabric, and I covered it. I just got the bias bind and put around it, and just measured it up to make sure it fitted. But I left a little bit extra at the top so I could put a couple of pens in. Obviously I could have cut that down to be a bit closer fit, but I thought put a bit of pen in it, and also the pockets at the side for putting extra wee bits of notes. Like my son's gave me a list what he wants me to order offline for him on Monday, popped in there, and just a great wee pad just for scribbling. And I got the bias binding. It was really, I got 10 rows of bias binding of obviously mixed colours off of Amazon. I think it was $12.99. But I bought the Series Pink one. It was a big roll I got of that, because obviously that matches that material, and it was only $4.99, a big roll of it. So I think it was 5 metres or something I got for $4.99, maybe 10, I can't remember. I just thought, put the bias binding on, and that's just a little cover for my book. I really do like that fabric, so I'm going to order another metre or two of that. I think I've got a metre, just over a metre of that left. As you know, I can still get that in Dunham Mill. A lot of the fabrics I've had and really liked, like that one, I don't think they do in Dunham Mill anymore. I've not come across it. I'm going down to Dunham Mill in Paisley when I'm down at my mum's to see what they've got in oilcloth. And lovely oil. I've got lovely oils. I've got just seem the patterns. Obviously, as time goes on, they change the designs, but the designs I like just seem to be discontinued. And but that one is my favourite. I think that was called Funky Birds. So if anybody sees that fabric online ripstop, you let me know, and I'll go and get it. So then I decided to get back into making my top. As I say, I'm not a great seamstress. I never call myself seamstress. I just give it a go, and I made this other night. But every time I try to do something, I get interrupted. The phone went out. I've tried to film this earlier on twice. I gave up because the phone kept going. If the phone goes this time, I'll just pause it. And normally that would have took me a couple of hours to do that. But it actually took me nearly 2 days because I kept getting interrupted, and I just kept putting it back, putting it down, picking it up. Because I'm with Sarah a lot, and actually I've got Sarah coming over this afternoon with Sarah. So I've had her most of the week. So I wouldn't have pins and things about when she's about. And after I've done my sewing, I'm down making sure there's no pins, because obviously she's running about in her baby walker. And actually I've got one of the wee push along baby walkers, and she's pulling herself up and starting to move. I don't think it's going long. She's on her feet. So that's just a wee top, just a basic sort of t-shirt type top. It's a little bit big around the neck, so I'm going to get my neighbour to show me how to bring it in at the neck when I'm doing the pattern. I'll probably work out myself, but just something I need just to show how to do it. And then just a wee bit wide there, and it's just a wee, I don't like things tight, it's a wee bit big, so I'll just take it, I know how to take it in, so I'll just take it in. So that is just a little top. I mean, I do like that fabric. I've got some really nice fabric. I've actually ordered, it was stretch jersey and it's got little tropical birds on it. I quite like that. So I've actually got one that got the parrots before. And with eBay prices, I mean, to get I get 3 metres of bird fabric to make throws with, and it was only $10.99. It was 2.5 metres, and it was $10.99. I'll get 3 metres of fabric coming with birds on it for throws, and that only cost me $9.99, and plus it was $3.50 shipping. So you can get really good buys. You look about. I've got this material here. I got this in eBay to make these cushions years ago. I made these. Obviously I think that was Berkeley it was called. I've not seen that again, but I've got a couple of metres of that left. Again, that was a good bag at 3 metres of something like $12.99 at the time. So I stock up in it. So I do have a wee sort of room full of fabric. I need to go through it, but I did it the other day, and that's the practice on scraps again. So sorry this has turned into a kind of long blatherly video. So I just thought I'd show you what I was going to do. Oh, I was going to show you this. I bought this a couple of years ago. I love farm animals and farm animal material, and I'm going to make a nappy bag. So the nappies just aren't sitting in the plastic bag, so I can put the nappies in. Also I've got all the stuff here for sale as well, so I'll make 2 nappy bags. I thought that was really nice with the pink and the farm animals. It's where we stay, it's a big farming community, so I love farm animals, so I thought I'd do that. So it's some nice, I might show you some of my, do another video, show you some of the fabrics I've got. I'll just pause this for a second, I'll show you the fabric I did get. I'm going to make into a top. Just don't pause, just go and grab it. You know me, I don't edit anything. This is lovely material. Again, theme, birds on it. This is a peach material, they call it. Lovely and lovely soft, really like blousey material. So I'm going to see like a nice pattern. That will take my while to work on, I think, to try and get a top out of that. But it's lovely, it really is lovely and soft. And that only cost me 2 metres of that, because obviously my pattern says I can get a top out of 2 metres fabric plus getting the binding done. And I think it was £10 and 7 pence, something including the postage. I think it was only it wasn't dear to get that material, just basically just over a tenner. I'll get lipstick on that, but it's lovely and lovely soft. So they're all different colours, but I kind of chose the pink. But I'm actually thinking if I get on well with this, there's a navy one I quite like. So again, it's a wee, you can see that's got the birds on it. I like that. So that's the material I got recently. I've got one coming with sort of sparrows, but I will need to show you, maybe do a video on our video here all day, all different materials and stuff that I've got. Because a while ago I made bags and stuff and for Angela to put our uniforms and things in, set them down. I showed the picture of the material she liked for that. But that's the last thing I sewed, and that must have been 2020, and that's the last thing I sewed. And that's now to pick my sewing machine back up after watching the sewing bee again. But anyway, I'm working on. So hopefully my cohorty box, but it's been my glossy box for Emma will come before I go on the 11th. As I say, I'll be the 11th, we went back to next Saturday. So any box that come, I need to wait till I come back. And I've only got my Looking Terrible to come, my Discover Beauty box, OK box, Emma's glossy box, Look Fantastic payment come off today, so it looked fantastic. And my boxer charm. So I've been really good cutting down. I've been more big and cut down, but I've been good cutting down. But anyway, sorry if this turned into a long blethery video. So on Thursday, after Thursday, I'll let you know how Molly gets on. We're discussing it with my son. I'm not too sure if we're going to go through them bone marrow aspiration. Depends how her blood's out, because if we put her through all that and its test is that they can't do anything well, let's put putting through that. The option steroids, why not try steroids first, and then if they work, then we know we don't need to put her through it. A lot of discussions going to happen on Thursday before I put her through it, and put it that way. But anyway, I'll keep us up to date how Molly goes. Billy's not picked up again. Billy did pick up a wee bit again, a lot lively yesterday. Again, a wee bit down today. It's good days, bad days, a little bit we get. So he'll be going to the vet during the week, and I'll keep up to date with him. Apart from that, everybody's doing well. Ralph's slowing down a wee bit, but they're 4 now, so 4 come June, he's slowing down a wee bit. But saying that, he's doing about the now. But I'll do another wee video, obviously my fabric sometime, and I'll, I'm like just talk all day. This is me talking for 20 minutes. So take care everybody, have a great weekend, and I shall catch up with you very soon. Bye bye for now.